Hi, this is Nayalla. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, what I am going to do is share a little bit about entities with you. This will be a mini series as the energy clearing for ancestral curses, contracts, and agreements was very successful. I had planned to do this anyway, but it feels like it's the right time to get this information out. So I have been doing entity removals for a while now, but the last couple of years, I've had a lot of people come to me asking me for help in regard to this. When I've been doing readings, energy readings for people, it's come up quite a lot. So I now offer a service of entity removal that is now available on my website, or you can get in touch with me for more information on that. So today, what I want to discuss is what are entities, um, the entities that I'm speaking of, so the negative entities that cause us distress and upset and mess with us and have negative implications on our life, and just very basically go into how we remove them as well. But over the course of the next few weeks, I'll go a little bit deeper into that as well. I'm also wanting to share a entity removal activation with you as well in this series that I will share probably at the end. So yeah, today, what are entities? So the negative entities that I'm speaking of that I help to clear and remove from your energy field and your consciousness and your auric field and maybe in the astral realm for you as well. They all are connected to unconscious manifestations, negative thought forms, conscious negative projections, hate projections, ego dominant state projections, ill intent, disempowered states of consciousness, misshapen energy or misshapen consciousness, which really is the negative entities in full manifestation. Negative thoughts create the negative entities. It all really stems from those negative thought forms or thought loops and low vibrations. So there could be a violation of law of vibration going on. So all of them create these negative entities that hook into our energy field, or they may latch onto thought loops or a certain frequency that we're in, and they really exploit that and basically just kind of feed off that energy that we're generating as well. So very basically, how do we remove them? So we can start reframing our thoughts, our beliefs, or any mental constructs that we have going on. It's really important to let go of fears. They are entry points. It's also really important to forgive and to shift into the energy of love as much as possible. Um, Connect with the power of all that is as well. Connect with infinite intelligence and pure consciousness as well. Sometimes they can exploit the fact if we are polarized in our thinking. So to accept all that is, which is basically, the light, the dark, the grey, and everything in between, realizing that all of it is going on, then it really helps to protect ourselves and they can't exploit any polarization going on. I have noticed that there is some entities that are connected to false light matrix is going on as well. So we tend to think that they're more of the negative, the darker elements of life, the shadowy aspects of the human consciousness, but there is actually some that feed on the higher or really just exploiting, that false light as well. So what I've learned after working with people with the negative entity attachments or the entity attachments is to go under the entity. The entity is there, but why is it there? So to find the vibrational match, basically find that entry point, understand how it got in, why it got in, what was it attracted to, what allowed it in, basically, and then shift and change accordingly. Finding the opposite vibration, or the opposite of the entry point, is very helpful as well, and to then drench yourself in that new energy. And then once we've got rid of that entity, once we've got you in that different vibration and connected with it and knowing how to connect with it regularly, we close the door and we block the entry point so that that entity can't come back in. And then it is really important to really work on staying in those new belief systems, to staying out of fear, those fears that attracted it in the first place, and to reframe those thoughts as much as possible. Otherwise, there is a chance that it could come back, because of that vibrational match being open again. This way of working with the energy and clearing the entity can also help with removing curses, voodoo, black magic, negativity, and, like we've discussed, the entities, the negative entities. It's all the same kind of idea of figuring out how it got in, what that vibrational match was that created the entry point, and then sealing it and clearing what needs to be cleared. So I hope that was helpful for you today. I'm going to leave that there, and I will see you again for part 2.